All right.
All right.
Woo! Welcome to Monday Mukbang from Omni's Eat Vegan. Now today, you may wonder why I'm in my nightgown.
No.
Maybe you didn't realize I was in my nightgown, and I just told you I was in my nightgown, but I am in my nightgown. And I'm getting in the spirit of this video because today we're eating cereal. We are eating accidentally vegan cereal. Nick is off to the side here, but we've got peanut butter crunch, we've got Life cereal, and then we have regular Captain Crunch. And I found all of these on the PETA website as being accidentally vegan.
Accidentally.
We also have chocolate almond milk and vanilla almond milk that we're going to be eating our cereal with. So I'm wearing my nightgown because our topic for today is going to be talking about our favorite cartoons.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning cartoons. But honestly, I can't remember what was on Saturday morning and what wasn't on Saturday morning. Nick, you can holler in if you want to. You don't have to stay quiet. And what I did when I was a kid, I would get up in the morning, still in my pajamas, I would come out, get a bowl of cereal, sit down in front of the TV, and I'd watch my Saturday morning cartoons. So I stayed in my pajamas this morning. We are filming this in the morning. So I stayed in my pajamas to eat my cereal and talk about Saturday morning cartoons.
I think she stayed in her pajamas to remain as cute as ever. That's her.
I'm gonna eat regular Life.
I'm eating peanut butter, Captain Crunch peanut butter, or peanut butter Captain Crunch
with
chocolate almond milk, because I think that was I wasn't a big cereal eater when I was a kid, so
I never had a choice. That's all I got to eat in the morning. It was cereal or nothing. Or toast. We could add toast too. My older sister used to make cinnamon sugar toast when we were little. But if I seem a little more groggy than usual, it's because it's first thing in the morning and I literally just got up 15 minutes ago. But our topic for today is cartoons. And so honestly, I was sitting back in the bedroom right after I woke up and I thought to myself, I can't even remember all the cartoons I used to watch on Saturday morning. And John and I were talking last night before going to bed and I said, well, I remember watching Saved by the Bell on Saturday mornings, but that's not a cartoon, and he didn't think it was actually on Saturday mornings. So I have a little bit of a cheat sheet. I have my cell phone down here and I did a Google search for the top cartoons in the 80s and 90s. So I'm going to look through this and see which ones I remember watching and which ones were my favorite. I think Neil probably has a better memory of what he watched because it was maybe only 10 years ago versus me and John, which was like 30 years ago.
So, let's see, what are the cartoons I remember? I remember a good couple. Probably some that she's going to name as well, because they're probably reruns. I'm trying to think of some more older ones. Probably Gargoyles, which was a Disney show. It was a Disney show. It was about gargoyles. It was a whole. I thought it was one of the more adult animated shows that I enjoyed. I think that's. I'm trying to think of others. I don't know if it was Saturday morning one, but the original Teen Titans animated show. Both were more adult written and also more animated, I feel like, and more of adult format. I think that
well, I actually watched the Gargoyles
TV show
when it came out, and I watched it again with you.
And from my perspective, I like the more adult, more like realistically animated kind of. Because that was the thing with Teen Titans and Gargoyles. It was trying to be more realistically animated, more looking more adult and not as like cartoony. And also writing wise, it was more adult. And I'm gonna just cut in of not being a cartoon. Like The Iron Giant is a movie as an animated movie I really like, and that's a couple of the features I really like about it is because its animation style is more adult. It's not, because I believe it's a Disney film, and it's not more like towards Cinderella, or it's not more towards Little Mermaid, where it's more colorful or very like more of a simple design, simple design. I feel like the Iron Giant and such as with Gargoyles or Teen Titans, it was trying to be more detailed with its space structures and how it's animated. Also, how they're both written. We're supposed to be more adult than that, and that's what I like about them. More like the kiddish shows, not kiddish, I should say. More of like the more, I don't want to say mundane.
Age appropriate.
More age appropriate shows. Well, both Gargoyles and Teen Titans are more age appropriate. They're just more adult. They're more attuned to being more adult. Ed and Eddie show my mother hates, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was.
I hated Ed and Eddie.
I know it was dumb, but I feel like there's a lot more dumb kid shows nowadays than what I had.
Ed and Eddie was horrible.
I'm trying to think. Another adult kind of show was Courage the Cowardly Dog. I enjoyed that show. I think it was very kind of, I don't know why she hates it.
It was creepy.
And that was the point of it. It was supposed to be
It would have been
creepy.
great for like a teenager, but for like an under 10-year-old, no. Every time he would turn that TV show on, I'd be like, no, turn it off, change channel. That's not happening. It was creepy. For like a 10-year-old, it was creepy.
I enjoyed it. I know she didn't. Dexter's Laboratory. I think those are that. There was I think when I was a kid, the shows were smart. They were smart kid shows, and same with them. I think nowadays they're not as smart or witty. Like, Nick off the side watches The Amazing World of Gumball. I used to watch it a little bit, but nowadays when I see it, I feel like it's more of like.
Yes, you used to watch that show.
Yeah, but I think nowadays it's trying to rip off. It's trying to rip off like South Park, and that's more. It's trying to do the newest thing, and it's trying to be very like. It's trying to be like, oh, well, this is happening in the world. We gotta make a an episode about this, and I feel like it's trying to rip off, and it rips off kind of South Park's motive of let's try and show off like what is happening. Yeah, it's trying to be edgy. With my, at least I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. My shows weren't trying to be as edgy or trying to be smarter and trying to teach more of like less. Like I know back in her day they tried to teach more like lessons.
Yeah, one of the cartoons that I used to watch was Looney Tunes. Why are you flipping your head at me?
What lesson did you learn from Looney Tunes?
Don't chase a roadrunner.
Wow. All right, very good.
Thank you.
I was you could say don't hunt rabbits. Wabbits.
Don't hunt rabbits.
And
Tom and Jerry. Don't chase mice. They're smarter than you.
And it's really interesting when you get behind it. Like they started off with like Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. They're simple ideas, and they were just really like there's no talking. And then you get into like Scooby-Doo, into like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Scooby-Doo, Jetsons,
I used to watch
Flintstones.
Scooby-Doo.
So,
Now I'm giving you ideas of what you used to watch. And like
I like the Jetsons. I went to the Jetsons movie. If anybody remembers the Jetsons movie.
there's no Jets.
There was a Jetsons movie, and I went to it when I was a teenager. I was like 14 or 15.
And so like it's really interesting to see the development of animation through kids shows, and it's really interesting, at least to me, of how they have evolved and how they've taken it. Because I feel like in the beginning it was dumbed down. It was dumbed down as today. I mean, Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes is very dumbed down. It was more like here's slapstick comedy, and let's be honest, some dumb ways. And I think it's like now today's cartoons it's doing a full circle. It's doing dumbed down comedy. It's being edgy. It's trying to be like that, but in kind of a new generation, maybe. In my opinion, it's like a new generation.
So if you can't tell, Neil's very passionate about cartoons. The other one who's very passionate about cartoons is...
Yeah. When I was a kid, I really did. I spent a lot of time in front of the TV, or as much as I could.
Yeah, I was gonna say, your mom didn't let you spend that much time in front of a TV.
And when I was a kid, I only had I did not have cable. I only had 5 channels.
Yeah.
3 channels.
Whatever you could get with the bunny ears.
Depending on the weather. So, a lot of the time, my cartoons were definitely Saturday mornings. And I remember watching the Justice League.
No.
And the very old one. Very old Justice League. And I loved those cartoons. I also loved.
Want caramel?
There was a.
Yeah, I'll mix the 2 minutes.
There was. Something the Barbarian.
Oh,
Thundar.
I was gonna say Conan, but
No,
it's
not
That
Conan.
was on my list that I was looking at. I'm like, what is that?
I watched Conan or Thundar the Barbarian.
I watched He-Man and the Master of the Universe. I only had one television we could watch when we were kids. I mean, we had 2 in our house, but only one that the kids were allowed to watch. And I have an older brother, and he usually got to dictate what we were watching, so.
I watched He-Man as well. It wasn't.
Hey,
It came.
Inspector Gadget?
I did watch Inspector.
I watched
Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
I watched Spider-Man.
Here's 2 that were big when we were kids. Transformers and Ghostbusters, an animated series.
And
Yeah.
you missed X-Men were one of them.
I don't remember watching that, though.
I did watch the X-Men as well too.
Um,
I watched all the superhero cartoons. That's why I'm such a sucker for the movies.
That's really.
I think that's
Garfield and Friends, did you ever watch that? You didn't open the other one.
I did watch Garfield.
Another one that I found on this list that I remember watching and I would have never recalled if I hadn't looked at the list was Darkwing Duck.
Oh yeah, Darkwing Duck. Yes, I watched Darkwing Duck because Darkwing was an offshoot of Darkwing Duck and emanated from
Donald Duck.
Scrooge. No,
Oh, Scrooge. Yeah.
like there was a cartoon with Scrooge and the 3 nephews, and I don't remember what it's called. What's that called? Do you remember what that's called?
I used to watch that too, but I don't remember. I watched Muppet Babies.
I don't know.
Schoolhouse Rock was another one for us.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I love that cartoon.
I did not watch Beetlejuice the cartoon.
I like the movie, but I really love the cartoon. I thought it was hilarious.
I did not watch Beetlejuice.
Go ahead, what else?
There's parts of Thundar the Barbarian. Trying to remember what came with it.
Xena the Warrior Princess.
That was one. She-Ra Power, Princess of Power. That was the He-Man counterpart. So we would watch He-Man for my brother, and then we would watch She-Ra for me.
Never watched She-Ra.
I watched She-Ra. I also watched Gem. She's truly, truly, truly outrageous.
You mean
I didn't
Gem
have to watch-
holograms?
Yeah. It was just Gem when I was a kid, and then they came out with that movie called Gem and the Holograms.
No.
It was a comic book.
Okay.
And then it was a movie.
Okay, well, I watched the TV show. I love Wednesday. You can't have any of this.
I'm trying to.
No.
I literally just thought a cartoon and now I don't remember it.
Well, a cartoon that actually spans Neil, Nick, and I is Samurai Jack.
Well,
Samurai Jack wasn't around when we were kids, though, was it?
no.
You just watched it.
But yeah. If anyone in the audience knows of that, it just came back and it's only having the 1 season to end the cartoon.
You know,
Me and my father have been watching it and
we watched it when Neil was a baby.
yeah.
Not a baby, but
Well, at least
Yeah.
7. Like 7 or 8. So,
What are you doing?
I think... Oh, God. I think that...
Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego is another cartoon I watched when I was a kid. I think that was towards the end of my childhood, though. Did you ever
Yeah.
watch Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids?
Yes.
I watched that when I was a kid, too.
Actually, I recall that being at the very end of the Saturday morning. At the very end of the Saturday morning cartoons, you knew that your cartoon watching was over because Fat Albert showed up.
Oh, I remember it now, because I just saw Freakazoid. The Tick. I was trying to remember the other spoof cartoon superhero, because you said Darkwing Duck. The Tick also. I enjoyed.
You also used to watch The Fairly Odd Parents.
Same with Freakazoid and the Tick and Darkwing Duck. They're all just like, they're all
Aw.
spoofs.
Pound Puppies. Pound Puppies.
I don't remember that.
I do.
You guys ever watch Pound Puppies? Aw, I love the puppies. I love the puppies, Buttercup, but you can't have this, honey. You can't have this. Okay.
No, I.
Bobby's World. I remember Bobby's
This is not
World.
for you, honey.
Neil had to watch Bobby's World. I had to
Calm
watch
I
Bobby's World.
remember Bobby's World.
I remember watching Bobby's World with you. Like, you and
I remember watching Blue's Clues with Neil.
I'm surprised you didn't say it.
And Nick. Nick watched Blue's Clues, too.
I'm surprised you didn't say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because out of probably with Looney Tunes and Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has at least cartoon wise,
DuckTales. Thank you.
at least for those 3 series, Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Looney Tunes, they have really I think those have been like the spanning cartoons of like all generations. I mean, there's at least I don't know if there's a Batman cartoon in the 80s.
Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah. Same with Looney Tunes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and since the 80s, I mean, there's still new ones of every single version of those. I mean, there's no real new versions of.
They've been rebooted. Yes.
Yeah, there's no new. The rest of this list, like DuckTales, they've never really come back
DuckTales
with
is
it. Tom and Jerry, I think they did come back with a new Tom and Jerry, but it was not a very successful, like.
Well, another one on here was the Animaniacs. Now, I don't remember that being Saturday morning, though. I remember that being after school.
Yeah.
But they're about to come out with
I mean-
that, too. They're about to reboot that.
They're not rebooted.
Yeah, I saw it all over the news last week. They're supposed to reboot Animaniacs.
But
we own the
original.
original ones.
But yeah,
That we bought, or I bought. I think 2 seasons.
Yeah. But I remember that as being an after-school show.
I really enjoy more adult cartoons, as I've said before.
Well, you are 17 years old.
Probably like back to Samurai Jack would be probably one of my top animated shows. Probably up there. I'll just do like 3. I'll do Samurai Jack, the original Teen Titans, animated show, and probably go Batman Beyond. Yeah, the Batman Beyond the animated series.
None of those, by the way, were Saturday morning cartoons. No. Batman Beyond was never on Saturday mornings. It was after school. They ran it like 5 days a week.
Okay.
Well, and now, unlike when John and I were kids,
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. On
There's-
demand.
well, yeah, there's Cartoon Network, there's Disney Channel, there's Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
all of which have cartoons almost any time of day.
Right.
But when we were kids, you had after-school cartoons and you had Saturday morning cartoons, and that was it. You didn't get, like, during the summers when we had off school, like, it was soap operas.
Yeah. Throughout the day.
I don't want to watch soap operas. Like, I really tried. I had friends when I was in middle school who were, like, all about Days of Our Lives. I don't even know if Days of Our Lives is still on TV or not. But I had friends who were like, Days of Our Lives, you gotta watch it. I had friends who in high school were still running home to watch General Hospital. But I tried to watch Days of Our Lives. Like, I jumped in the one summer, and I really tried, like, really hard to watch this show. And I just couldn't watch it. It was too much for me. I couldn't watch that show. I still don't like soap operas.
I like how you finish that thought with the good old arms crossed, like, this is not my type. This is not my type.
Anyway, I still watch cartoons. I don't watch a lot of television anymore. A lot of my viewing tends to be YouTube channels. I think I've mentioned before that we've got 3 YouTube channels. We've got this channel, I have a beauty channel, and then we also have a vlog channel that we do. And I'm usually watching a lot of vegan channels or beauty channels to help support the content for this channel and my beauty channel. So I don't watch a lot of traditional television anymore.
You know, there's a cartoon I was gonna suggest of stating, but I know my mother would not like me stating it.
Oh gosh, what is
What
this?
is it?
Remember the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It was another cartoon like Courage the Cowardly Dog. My mother would never want me to watch it.
The Smurfs.
You know, Smurfs. They rebooted.
You
that.
didn't say G.I. Joe.
I forgot about you.
I figured you'd say G.I. Joe.
Yeah, the real American hero.
Was he?
I'm looking through this list. I mean, Captain Planet and the Planeteers. I mean, there's cartoons that I don't even remember. I mean, once I hear the name, I'm like, oh my gosh, I watched that.
I watched Captain.
But
Planet,
you know, I didn't really remember it before. You know, and this is. You good?
No. But
Okay.
Go ahead.
Like the Looney Tunes had like multiple shows. There was Looney Tunes. There was Bugs Bunny. There was Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. So it had like multiple there was multiple Scooby-Doos. Neil used to watch Doug.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I don't remember that at all.
Yep.
Are you sure it's not Caillou?
No, he used to watch Doug. Doug was like the precursor to Caillou. He used to watch Magic School Bus too, because I would sit down and watch them with you.
School was.
There was a Super Mario Brothers cartoon.
Nikki likes to watch that.
Nikki likes to watch it. We actually have a DVD of the Super Mario Brothers cartoon. Powerpuff Girls, which Neil used to watch, and then Nicholas used to watch, which is why Buttercup is Buttercup. We named Buttercup after a Powerpuff Girl, right, Nick?
Nick watched the new one.
Yes.
I watched the old one. I watched the good one.
Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats. I remember that show. That was a play off of Garfield.
Yes.
I used to watch that show. That was funny.
I did watch that show.
But
as well.
Heathcliff was like a
Spider-Man is
junkyard dog.
That's the full title of what I used to
I
watch.
thought they just had Spider-Man.
No.
I used to watch the Woody Woodpecker Show, Charlie Brown, they're Super Friends, Dragon Ball Z, Neil loved. In fact, oh no, Nikki doesn't have the shirt on today. Nikki still watches Dragon Ball Z. I remember watching the Pink Panther. Did you watch Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
Yes, I did.
My brother used to watch that cartoon.
We had a disc of that, I think.
Yes, I bought it.
I remember it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I think I watched Superman.
There's a couple Supermans, Flintstones, and the Flintstone Kids, and the Muppet Babies. I used to watch the Muppet Babies too.
Scroll down.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I'm surprised you didn't see that.
Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
See, I never watched that. I think it was a little bit old for me.
Yes.
I watched the Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain
You watched Hey Arnold.
That was a good show.
Yes,
You what?
You watched Berenstain Bears.
Oh, is it Thunder the Barbarian?
Thundar.
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 Thunder!
Did you put comments back in?
Yeah, what?
Arthur was a show I know it's not Saturday morning, but I used to watch Arthur.
I like Pound Puppies. I think I already said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched The Incredible Hulk.
And I watched My Little Pony.
Oh my god. I didn't know you like
When do we
My
have to hit the
Little
button
Pony.
again?
Underdog. Rainbow Bright. I loved Rainbow Bright.
So much?
So much. So I think what we're gonna have to do is revisit this because there's so many good cartoons and Nikki wasn't in on this one, and Nikki loves cartoons as well, don't ya? Yeah. So we're gonna have to revisit this topic in the future. But I think we're pretty much all done eating. I am stuffed. I had 2 large bowls of cereal and I'm so full. And I think these guys are pretty much wrapping up eating as well. So Nicholas is done eating. The dogs have been eating on some of the cereal as well. So
Yeah, they're a big fan
Oh,
of
there
the
it is.
peanut butter crunch.
There it is, just Spider-Man.
Bruno
There's
Blue.
so many.
So,
There's so many I forgot.
Pinky in the Brain. You didn't say that.
No, I forgot. I forgot Rocco's Modern Life.
So, all right. So we're gonna wrap this topic up for today since we're done eating. We want to thank you for watching. If you like this episode, give us a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button. Let us know in the comments down below what your favorite cartoon was or what you watched when you were a kid. If we missed any of them. Like I said, we're going to revisit this topic. So maybe next time we come back and talk about cartoons again, we'll have Nikki on here. And we will have, we'll bring in some of the cartoons that you mentioned that we might have forgot. So anyway... Thank you for watching I'm Easy Vegan, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.